You are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Infomedia.
Hello and welcome to CIOTV.live. This episode is brought forward by Controllers, the data center company. We invite various tech leaders to understand their views of technology and strategies in keeping the organization progressive, digitally transformed, and safe. We talk about digital transformation, obviously, cloud computing, RPA, security, data center, edge computing, and many more technologies and services. Today, we have Mr. Wissam Adany, Group CIO, Ades Arabia, Cairo, to do the conversation with CIOTV.live. Mr. Wissam, thank you very much for taking time out and speaking to CIOTV, and welcome to you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure always to be with you. Thanks a lot.
All right, before I start the conversation, let me just give a little introduction about you. You are an expert in turning around poor performing IT departments and transforming it into a business enabler. In addition, having a long experience in performing large-scale international manufacturing and association, merger and association, and IT due diligence, as well as building IT strategy across different countries and cultures. So I think your journey has been spectacular with illustrious career at the back, and you have seen many digital transformations and being instrumental in taking this transformation forward in various organizations. Mr. Wissam, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I would say that I've been lucky having many good chances to work with respectable companies in different fields that gave me the chance to make a real transformation either on the field of the transforming the company itself or even transforming in some cases the industry itself by implementing plenty of technologies and solutions that helps a lot the company to go through its journey during the transformation.
All right, you recently have changed to a new role, a new company, as I can see. If you do not mind, if you can let us know about the new organization, what are the major challenges and opportunities that you are seeing where you can contribute?
Okay, sure. Ades Arabia Holding is a company that works in the oil and gas field. Mainly, we're a drilling services company. Our story started in 2002 as a fully owned Egyptian company in the oil and gas field. We had a clear vision and a great ambitious plans to be one of the biggest drilling operators in the region. We started our expansion by acquiring different rigs to expand our fleet in Egypt, which made us number one drilling company in Egypt based on the number of rigs. Eventually, we expanded our investments in different countries like Algeria, Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait as well. In 2017, Ades had an IPO and went public to be traded in London stock market. During this period, we decided to go for our dream, to become one of the leading drilling companies, not only in the region, but in the world. We kept expanding aggressively and increased our rig fleet within the region, which gave us more flexibility and resilience to support our customers' needs within the region. Late 2021 is in working in the oil and field industry as a providing drilling services. Our story started in 2002 as a fully owned Egyptian company in this field. We had a clear vision and a great ambitious plans to be one of the biggest drilling operators in the region. We started our expansion by acquiring different rigs to expand our fleet in Egypt, which made us number one drilling company in Egypt based on number of rigs. Eventually, we expanded our investment in different countries in the region, like Algeria, Tunisia, Saudi, United Arab Emirates, as well as Kuwait. In 2017, Ades had an IPO and went public to be traded in London stock market. During this period, we decided to go for our dream, to become one of the leading companies in the world, not only in our region. So we kept expanding aggressively to increase our rig fleet within the region, which gave us more flexibility and resilience to support all our customers' needs within the region. In 2021, there was actually a milestone of the change. So PIF announced buying all Ades shares in London stock market to become again private, again, not in public anymore, and to become one of the main investments of PIF in the oil and gas. Early 2022, we announced the new name of Ades, which is Ades Arabia Holding, with its headquarters in Khobar, Saudi Arabia, to get closer to our main customer, which is Aramco. Following our early vision and main dream, becoming the world leader in the oil and gas drilling industry, we started our expansion, reaching several new countries in South Asia as well. So this is a brief story about Ades, how we changed it in the last 10, 15 years until we now become a leader and the main arm for drilling for Aramco, actually.
All right, this company being in this industry, being in the trade of drilling since a long time, 10 to 15 years, I do not think there is much of opportunity for you to do some kind of innovation, as far as IT is concerned. But yes, what do you see there? What is the kind of opportunity there, and what is the challenge there?
Actually, this is what I thought at the beginning, that there might be no chances to make a change and make a difference. And surprisingly, it was completely the opposite. So just let me tell you a bit about the challenges that we are facing. As you know, many people might believe that technology or available budget or maybe skills or talent could be the major challenge. Of course, I wouldn't deny that's all could be challenges, but you can easily overcome. The main and toughest challenge for any organization in the transformation journey is the culture change. So without the ability to get your team, employees at all levels ready to embrace and support the transformation change and impact on their daily tasks, it will be impossible to succeed. The second major challenge, which is typically related to our field, which is on oil and gas, is we used to be lagging behind in digital transformation process. So I would say that while many organizations might have started to enjoy the flavor and the outcome from the transformation effort made during the last couple of years, in oil and gas field, some big names are still didn't make their decision about the move. Another challenge that might be related more to oil and gas industry, which is the communication and connectivity, mainly for the offshore operations, where satellite might be the only option for connectivity. Of course, with its high cost, bandwidth and high latency, it puts a pressure on the design of many solutions, especially when trying to rely more on cloud options and different options that could be very easy to implement in any other industry that's already having good communication links and good connectivity. For the opportunities, although some of these challenges might look tough and hard to overcome, I believe that we are having a golden chance for transformation. The main opportunity is the boom in oil and gas prices these days, which gave us a major boost of investments in the oil and gas field, especially after years of suffering from low prices to the level that many companies had to stop operations in this field. The other part, during the last 2 years, we could see plenty of successful or failed digital transformation journeys of other organizations, which will help us to avoid plenty of mistakes that other organizations face and use the best practice to ensure success. While from the technology perspective, many technologies become even matured enough after many developments and changes happened during the last 2 years. For example, the massive expansion in use cases in the artificial intelligence. In addition, new technologies were introduced to the market faster than it was planned. For example, Starlink services, which is the new company or the new service provided by Elon Musk, which started already in the US, Ukraine, and plan to expand soon in our region. So finally, one of the opportunities that we had in Ades, and I believe that this is very special for the Ades, is the support that's coming from the management and the management vision and belief in technology as the only way to reach our expansion vision and assisting us to provide the best service and experience to our customers.
All right, a very critical question to the entire sector of oil and gas, specific to distribution and rigging as well, that the sector is always on, very, very vulnerable, always at the attack point. And you are at a time, you have joined the company at a time when the rest of the world is boiling, from physical warfare and cyber warfare as well. So it's a big challenge. It's, safeguarding the organization really, really tough at this point of time. It's a Damocles sword on your head, if you can say so. How do you manage this tough condition? And what is your, what is the kind of projects that you have ahead to keep everything clean, digital, transform, say from today, next 12 months, next 7 to 8 months, plus cyber security and enable everywhere, immuning this entire organization.
Actually, you touched plenty of critical points in the transformation journey that all CIOs are facing. And frankly speaking, it might be, if you didn't take care about it, it might impact your transformation and even just bring it to a failure. So, for example, one of the major points that you mentioned, which is cybersecurity in the organization. And I fully agree. Cybersecurity became very important in our new digital-based era. The more we become digitized and our decisions and direction is fully based on data, data security become more threatening and risking the business continuity. Accordingly, we are treating this very strictly. For the remote workforce, for example, we are relying on different top-notch VPN systems to provide risk-free remote connectivity, while fully securing data and transaction. On the other hand, we have adapted the concept of hypercloud. So most of the sensitive data that requires different level of security are kept in our private cloud, secured with different level of access and controls, starting even from strict physical access controls to different layers of firewalls to secure, to be secured either internal or external. Meanwhile, from the endpoint side, we are using different intrusion detection systems in addition to powerful antiviruses, adding to that an MFA, multi-factor authenticator technology, which we apply to all users, and all applications as well. So cybersecurity, it's not a joke. It's not something that's taken for granted. Actually, nowadays, the progress and the development and the changes happening in this field is really unbelievable. You can even every day you have a new risk and you need to get ready. So it's like a race, and you need to just keep yourself updated and ready because you don't know from where you will be hit actually.
Absolutely. The other one is the OT security. You have a big part of OT, operation technologies. So every day there is some news or other that the certain organization, certain part being hacked, getting malfunctioned or something or other. That's also very, very critical to your organization as well. So what is are you focusing on that part?
Actually, as I've just said, nowadays you have plenty of users that's moving around. You need to provide, again, you are asked to provide a seamless connectivity. All the application has to be available on their mobile, on their tablet, from anywhere. They need to feel like they are exactly doing or being able to access all systems, all application, all kind of data seamless. So usually the case, as I told you, is related to how you will be able to have a secure channel between the user and the data. How you keep your data secured while it's being accessed from different places, different countries, and different devices as well. Thanks to the new technologies that provide things in a seamless way, like cloud, for example. Although cloud, by the way, I'm not sure if it's if everyone knows that cloud is not a new technology. Cloud has been in the market since 70s. Okay, and we can say that the best implementation of cloud based on the current understanding of the SaaS service, which already being introduced in late 90s by the Salesforce.com. So since late 90s, and we have the cloud solution, the SaaS solution. Nowadays in 2021 and 22, we're just discussing about, let's move our solution to the cloud. So it's not new. However, the risk is every day is new, and we need to work on this, and we need to have the right system. And frankly speaking, you need to deal with the right partners in order to get the right services. So it's not about how cheap you get your services. You need to think about how secure you're having your data and the access for your users.
Absolutely, Mr. Wissam. What are the projects that you are keeping in mind for next 7-8 months to work on?
Okay, definitely. In the oil and gas, which is well known that safety and security of our employees are the most important point for us. And it comes on the top of our list. Accordingly, we have finished the implementation of a new HSE, which is a health and safety systems, cloud-based, that allows us recording, tracking all the HSE cases. And currently we are rolling out the latest implementation of the new system that uses artificial technology to detect all safety violations and send immediate notifications and alerts directly to the management to take immediate action to protect our employees. For the pipeline that we have in the project, we are working on an advanced intelligence system to provide a complete dashboards for our operation that runs on the rigs in real time, including performance, KPIs, and everything that lets all the decision being taken is data-based, not just based on historical data or based on experience. It's all real-time data that can be the right option to take the right decisions. In addition, we will continue our investment in data security. As I've just told you, it's the most important thing for us, and providing more electronic services to our employees and vendors on the cloud. So we are moving plenty of our services to the cloud. However, we are still keeping the main platform, which is hybrid cloud-based. So some of the operation is already on the public cloud, and some of the other application that's really important for us that we need to keep monitoring it, it's on our private cloud as well. So we keep this mix that allows us to be flexible and agile to support any business changes. As you said, it's fragile business. You need to be ready. You need to work always at the optimal cost level.
All right, you mentioned about cloud and public cloud also. What about DR? Your primary is on cloud or public cloud, some part, and hybrid cloud, maybe some other part. What is your DR part? Where are you keeping your DR things? Is it in the cloud as well, or it is somewhere near to your premise?
No, actually, we are utilizing this mix. So our main data center is already in the private location for us, and the DR site is on cloud as well. So we are mixing between both in order to avail availability, security, and being agile to support our business.
All right. You said that you are using oil, like other oil and gas companies, AI and analytics are the big technology for them. These days, a lot of AR, VR being used to mapping, to monitoring, to simulating also, training also. Are you also utilizing some bit of AR, VR into your system in some part of your activities as well?
Yes, we are just investing right now, even in the training parts, by using different systems and robotics to be used for the employees in order to simulate the operation. So we are currently starting our new training center that's based on robots and simulators to be used to train the new employees as well as our staff on board in order to capitalize on technology, providing the latest and top-notch training for our employees. So this is exactly the direction we're just.
I'm sure that you must be using some RPA somewhere or other, maybe in your ERP systems.
Yes, so exactly. We are introducing RPAs actually to eliminate the redundant jobs that being happening. So far that we are utilizing this in this part, in this specific part, which is minimizing the repetitive work that's happening in the back office. So mainly we are using it plenty. We are having plenty of solution in the RPA for the HR departments, for the finance departments, as well as for the order planning and all these things. So most of the repetitive work are being done through RPA's system at the back office.
All right, the final question I'll ask, final two questions, obviously, I'll be asking you. One is that after Mr. Wissam joining the IT department as Group CIO, what are the changes that he is bringing in?
This is a good question. I think you need to ask it to my manager, not me. But again, it's all about, being a CIO. It's all about you are capitalizing on you are putting the strategy of the department. So our strategy is based on the experience that I had, the long experience that I had in different transformation we made. So learning from the mistakes that we have done before in different industries, trying to capitalize on the solutions that can add value to this business as well. So our strategy is focusing on adding more value using technology tools. It's not about implementing new technology and that's it. No, you need to focus on this the ROI of each investment, even if it's technology. So we started by focusing on digitization. So we are digitizing all the business processes in the company. So we are completely eliminating any manual transactions. Then we are moving to rely all our decision to be data-based. It's not a personal bias. So we are relying on moving everything based on intelligence or business intelligence platforms, not based on just normal decisions or manual things. So I would say that this is what we are currently focusing on as a first step. Then for the future, what we are just focusing on is providing solutions for the safety and security of our employees to make sure or to ensure that we are providing a safe environment for our employees, especially, you know, that oil and gas, definitely it's all about safety. So this is what we care about, and this is what we are focusing on.
What about edge computing or 5G technology, which is very close to oil and gas, the adoption of which can completely change the equation, the information decision-making system in oil and gas? Are you going, or do you have that in pipeline as far as edge computing is concerned, or you already are there?
5G?
5G and edge computing.
Yeah, the problem is when I'm talking about 5G, the problem is our environment or the place of our operation. So mainly the majority of our operation in the middle of the oceans. So usually you have so our rigs in the middle of the ocean where you don't have even connectivity, where you don't have even the ability to implement such kind of solution. So we're always having this limited ability for the new invention and new implementation, unfortunately. That's why we are relying more on satellite connectivity, and we are hoping that the new project of Starlink that's being introduced to our region soon, so we can rely on a higher bandwidth to provide more services and solutions to our industry.
All right, Mr. Wissam, final one is if you can share some advice to your peer group in, say, Middle East region or into the oil and gas sector, will be really nice.
Sure. Technology transformation is a unique journey for each organization, which means you cannot copy successful implementation from another experience and expect the same success. We need to have a full understanding about our business, obstacles, opportunities for growth. Then we start to see the available technology and tools in the market that can help us filling these gaps in order to have our own successful journey.
All right, Mr. Wissam, thank you very much for taking time out this afternoon and speaking to us at CIOTV.live. Wish you have a fantastic Ramadan. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Wissam Adany, Group Chief Information Officer, Ades Arabia from Cairo. It was a fantastic conversation with him. And if you have any query or question, you can drop a mail to me. The mail ID will be given at the end of this conversation. Thank you.